Welcome to one more session of International Financial Management. So in our last class, we have studied about uh, the different components of balance of payment, which includes current account, capital account, and financial account. So as I told you, balance of payment is nothing but the inflows and outflows of cash between one country and the rest of the world. So there are certain factors which influence these balance of payment, or you can say international trade flows. So first thing is impact of inflation. So inflation is nothing but the increase in prices of commodities in a country. So when there is a continuous inflation in a country, it is very obvious that uh, internationally consumers also will feel that that country's products have become costly, and so the exports will decrease. On the other hand, the locals feel their home country goods are costly, and say they tend to buy or import products from foreign countries as they are comparatively cheaper. So inflation has a direct impact on the exports and imports of the country, and thereby on the balance of payment situation. On the other hand, when there is deflation, now what is deflation? Deflation is nothing but decrease in the price of goods and commodities. So it is the reciprocal of inflation. So when that happens, that country, say India, there is a deflation, so Indian products become cheaper, they are high in demand, so exports will increase. So as our products are cheaper, we will not buy more of foreign products, and so import will decrease. Next, impact of national income. So national income is what? It is the sum total of individuals' income. Okay, so overall, when the income of a country's citizens increase, so whenever our income increase, we tend to uh, buy more of luxury and comfort items. So when our income is low, it is only sufficient to buy necessities. But when income increases, we think of buying luxury items, imported products. So there is a decrease in current account because import is increasing and you are spending less on indigenous items. Then impact of government restrictions. Say if the government feels that countries funds are flowing outside more than we are buying the Indian products, so it may restrict MNCs and individual from buying and selling, from buying from outside or transferring payment outside. So such restrictions on based on how much money you can transfer outside is known as the restrictions. So by these government restrictions, what happen is the flow of funds, the flow of commodities will decrease. Okay, so to reduce imports, it may increase the taxes on imports so that locals are discouraged to buy foreign products. On the other hand, it may even have quotas. What is quotas? Quota means that limited amount of products only are allowed to be imported. More than that, you can't import. Even some trade restrictions may be because of health standards, safety reasons. Say many of products in international market are banned because of their, say, health and other security reasons. Then the next factors which influence international trade is exchange rate. Okay, exchange rate means the value of home country in terms of foreign country. So when there is increase in the exchange rate means our commodity or our currency becomes cheaper and foreign or dollars become costlier. At that time, what happens is export will increase because with the same dollars, they can buy more of Indian products. So if exchange rate increases, that is, it will decrease imports and it will increase exports. Okay, so on the other hand, if the rupee value increases, export will decrease and imports will increase. So when we say factors are influencing, it is not that only one of these factors will influence the international flow of funds. There is a combined effect of inflation, exchange rate, income, and government instructions, which will have a total impact on the increase or decrease in the current account, that is, increase or decrease in the exports or imports. Next is how countries are correcting the trade deficit. Now, what is trade deficit? Trade deficit is nothing but when imports are more than export in one particular year in a country. That time what happens is export income is much less than the amount we are spending on buying from foreign products. So this negative balance is called as trade deficit. On the other hand, if you have exports more and imports are less, we call it as a trade surplus. But now we are talking about trade deficit. So by considering the factors of inflation, national income, and other factors, countries have developed a way so that we can minimize the trade deficit. So we can think of a floating exchange rate system. A floating exchange rate system means the exchange rate is not standard, means it is not controlled by the government, but it is allowed to move freely based on the demand and supply of that currency. So a floating exchange rate can correct trade balance automatically, because say if more and more more of, say if the imports are increasing, more of dollars are in demand. So when dollars demand is increasing, its price will increase. So when the exchange rate of the dollar increases, what happens is the importers are discouraged, or they will postpone the deal of importing, or they may postpone that deal, and or they may buy a little less. So this will reduce, naturally, indirectly reduce the amount spent from outside commodities, and they will tend to buy more of indigenous commodities. So many a times what happens is, especially underdeveloped countries like India, they always keep their home currency weak. Weak in the sense the rupee value in against dollar is much less. Why? Because they want to shoot or show that exports are more. Why? Because when rupee value is less, the foreigners can afford to buy with the same currency, they can buy more of Indian products. So we feel that exports are increasing, but it is actually not actual increase. Okay. So what will happen is, when your currency is weak, your products are very low, people will set up, or competitors will go for counter pricing. Counter pricing means, if we say you have a lesser, say for example, India wants to boost its exports, so currency value is very less. So when currency value is less, the product's price will normally be very cheaper for the foreigners. So what will happen is, other exporting countries or competitors of India, they will also start to devalue their currency, so that the foreigners will shift them. So this is a race of devaluing the currency and making your home currency weak. So this will end up into more losses than gains in exports. Many a times when there are government restrictions on transfer of funds, MNCs, what they do is that they do intercompany trade. Means to show that we are exporting more. They only actually they are transferring goods from one subsidiary to another country subsidiary, but they show it as they are purchasing and selling, so that government will not restrict them from sending or buying the goods. So this can be also a problem, and whatever weak currency or devaluation has done, it will be all in vain. Okay, so that's for all for today. I will not start the next is that is the factors affecting foreign direct investment, because you may get confused. So see to it that you listen to the whole video, make notes and raise questions, comment, so that I understand you have seen, and it will be considered as your attendance also. So that's all for today. I will meet in a next sessions. Have a good day. Bye.